Friday. I tried to top this off last night. Unfortunately, I thought I needed more coolant, but I really didn't. I just needed 4 ounces. So I went this morning to the dealership to pick up the green stuff. But since I'm not gonna need it, it's gonna be good for the next flush. I used distilled water, 50-50 ratio between the green stuff and the distilled water. I didn't realize that thing was like 30 bucks, but anyway, I guess it's good to have stock. So she's all topped off. I put the hose back on the coolant line on the turbo. I was kind of hoping that was the highest point, so that as I fill it, the air would come up, and I won't need to bleed it as much with the Lyle funnel. But that does a good job anyway, so I'm going to use that. And today we're supposed to be getting the IOR kit for the grounding. We'll install that today if it comes in early enough. I'm also getting the intake air temperature sensor and the wiring for it. So also I need to connect with the guy that's going to be doing the welding the bung for me, and hopefully he can do that this weekend, and so that I can connect it up and get closer to starting her up. So I also took the time, you guys saw, I had a very droopy, actually it's not droopy, it was broken and droopy. So I've been meaning to change it because it wasn't sealing properly and it was making a lot of noise when it closes. So I don't know why I procrastinated doing that. Anyway, so hopefully we can, get that kit earlier than later, so that I can do that today and progress a little bit more on this build. So yeah, and then after that, just waiting on more things. The bolt for the block, where a banjo bolt used to be, need to close that up. I need the fitting for here. I need the reducing barb that I need to connect from the AOS to this here. The Grimspeed boost controller. Just a bunch of little things here and there, and mount this guy up, figure out a way to mount it here. I'm waiting for the cover on this. So in the meantime, if those things don't come anytime sooner, well, what I'll probably do is I'll probably tear into not tear into, but clean the interior, shampoo it, shampoo the seats, shampoo the rug. And I didn't get to do that when I first bought the car, so we'll do that in between sessions. So I'll get footage as much as I can, and hopefully we can start her up sooner than later. So don't get all excited, guys. She's not done yet. I just have the hood down because I use it as motivation to see what she's gonna look like all set and done. I did get the grounding kit and the air temperature sensor from IOR yesterday, but it came in late, so I didn't have the time to get that done. But that's not what we're going to be doing today, or well, actually maybe I'll be doing that later, but that'll be a separate post, because on this post, if you guys want to stick around, it's going to be on the ecoboost. I went this morning to pick up the belt tensioner for it. I also picked up the starter oil for the STI, but the reason why I'm doing that with the ecoboost is I was left stranded, was it last week or a couple weeks ago, out in the rain on the side of the road, pretty sketchy. I don't know if I took a video of it. If I did, I'll post it on here. But it was very foggy, very misty, and I was on the side of the road and a lot of the semis driving by. So I had to get my son to come and jumpstart me, because the thought here, because it went on, basically, I got an error code saying that the charging unit was, you need to check, and as soon as I pulled over, the car died. So I was running on most likely just battery, and the battery couldn't sustain the amount of power that the car needed to keep running, so it died. So the thought here is that it's either the alternator or the belt tensioner not doing its job. So it's not, when wet, it did come with a belt, so when wet, it either slips or it's not providing enough tension that for the belt to keep the pulleys from turning. So essentially not charging the battery while it's driving. So that's the thought. I am going to keep a portable charger just in case when it does rain, after I install the pulley, install the belt tensioner, just to make sure that that is indeed what fixed the issue, just in case, because I do travel a lot with the ecoboost to and from New York. I've been doing that with the Evo recently, and she's been a trooper. I mean, I must have put a serious amount of miles on the Evo just to and from New York. So anyway, so if you guys want to stick around, I'll be documenting. This footage is going to be mainly on the ecoboost, and I will attempt to do the ground kit for the STI this evening. So anyway, let's get to it. I'm just gonna move the cars around. This kind of ended up being my temporary work bay, so I'm just gonna take the NSX out and put the ecoboost in. I want the shade. It's not that warm outside today, or it's not that cool, I should say. So what I did forget to mention is that I did spend some time yesterday putting together the overflow tank. I just use an existing bracket that was on here that normally runs the it's a grommet in here that helps attach the shroud over the pulleys. And since I'm not using that, I took this and put a spacer behind it to lower it as much as I could, and use the old overflow tank. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way of the intercool piping that I'm going to fabricate on this side, but at least I got to do that. What I also did yesterday or last night is take an existing bracket that I had from the FD and used that to mount the evap solenoid onto here because it was just dangling and it was just lying on the on top of the block with no way to support it. So I just did that just so that it'll stay firm and the connector will stay on, because I broke that clip. So at least having it in this orientation is going to help me keep it in place. Okay, got the ecoboost up on stands. Let's see what we got here. So it's not looking good. Not sure if you guys can see that, but that's the tensioner. But unfortunately, let me see if I can get that. See that right there? That's the tensioner right there. But unfortunately, I got the AC line and the coolant line, which I'm not about to remove to get to that. So gonna have to see what we got from underneath. I could probably reach, it's only 3 bolts. I could probably reach that from up here and loosen it with a small wrench. And yeah, let's see what we got from underneath. Maybe I can reach it from underneath. Probably not. Unless I remove the wheel and the liner, I should be able to get to it from there. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So I'm gonna have to lower the truck so that I can loosen the wheel. Okay, I got the wheel off. Took out the clips for the liner, and it looks like I will be able to, well, I'll have a better reach here, down here, than up top. Although, yeah, I need a stool. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'7". So I may need to, if I can maybe, I don't know. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to have a skinny enough hands to be able to get up top. But looks like I'm going to need a small wrench to be able to kind of crawl underneath here and be able to get to the tensioner. So I am kind of a bit surprised that there's no shielding underneath the car, underneath the SUV. It's exposed to a point that if anything sharp gets bounced up around there, it'll wipe out that belt. So anyway, I'm going to try to see if I can get to this and get this job done. Okay, looks like I'm going to need, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the tensioner, or actually I'm going to loosen the belt. I should say I'm going to take off the belt first, and then take off the tensioner. See if I can get to it from down here. Let's see if I can do it while filming at the same time. Probably not. So you need to get this on that square peg, square hole, I should say, on that tensioner, and then that'll loosen the belt so that you can pull it out, and then I could go for the 3 bolt, which looks to be like they're 8 millimeters. I'm gonna need a mini ratchet for that, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to film this while I'm doing it, so I just kind of want to just point that out. To loosen the belt, you put the 3/8 ratchet on there, and then take off the belt, and then there's 3 bolts for the tensioner. Okay, I managed to get the wrench on the tensioner. Let me see if I can get to it. Oh, got it in the wrong. Oh. Just remember not to have your mouth open when you're working underneath the car, because anything that falls will fall in your open mouth, into your open mouth. Okay, that's the wrong way. To push up. Of course, I can't do this with me holding the camera, so I'm gonna have to put this sucker down. Okay, so I got that out after wrestling. The best thing to do is make it easy for yourself. As soon as you get, I mean, that wrench was really small. I didn't have too much leverage or enough strength or enough torque on that wrench because it was so short. Just gotta just work on it and just move the belt. As soon as you get a little bit of maybe 1/4 of an inch of movement, just slip it out of here instead of having to pull it off of any of these larger pulleys, because that just won't work. Because you'll need more height on that tensioner. So Anyway, so time to remove this guy. This is going to be 8mm. So this is going to be a little tricky because I don't know if this is going to be in the way of the other bolt. So anyway, let's get this started. Oh shit, I need the smaller socket. Wasn't too bad. Make sure you don't strip anything, because that would suck. And knowing me, my luck, get on that second bolt. It was actually better that you move the belt first, because you don't want the tension on this, and also it provided for clearance on the other bolt. If not, it would be in the way, that place where that square area that you put your wrench in, that gets in the way. Two down. Oh, I may have to pause. Good battery. Looks like it's dying on this GoPro. That's two. See if I can get to the other one. Hopefully I can. Well, crap. This looks gonna be a little tight. Alright, I'm gonna have to wrestle for this one. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. So, this one was better for me handling up top, because I can angle it so that, let's see if I can get a better view. If you guys can see it at all. Okay, I broke it. So all I can do now is somehow manage to get my hand out. Ow! I should be able to take it off with my fingers now. Probably better to do it in the bottom. So comparison between the new one and the old one. Now, there is a height difference. So I'm a little concerned. So, but the mounting points, if I level it the same, it's pretty much aligned. So this just might be, this piece here just might be misleading. But other than that, its installation is reversal of removal. So don't really need to capture that at this point. So you guys kind of saw what I've done. Going to install this guy. This is the what I talked about earlier. This seems somewhat bigger than the other one, but it's still a 3/8. and you put on the new belt by releasing the tension on the I don't know, what is this? I'm not sure what this is. I wonder if it's a lock that I have to remove when I install it. I want to look at the instructions. So it appears to be a preload pin. So it says here, ensure locator pin or failure is properly, what? Oh, I don't have my glasses. That's what you get at this age. So ensure locator pin or feature is properly seated. Reinstall the mounting bolt and torque to spec before removing preload pin. I'm assuming that's what that is. Okay, well, so I couldn't finish the job because this is way too thick. So as soon as I release the tensioner, this butts up against the frame of the car, and I can't remove it this way to get it off the tensioner. So I'm gonna have to. This actually fits fine, but the problem is it's too short. I don't have enough length to be able to get the torque that I need to get the tensioner around the belt. So I'm gonna go make a run real quick to see if I can get a breaker bar that's skinny enough to be able to do the job. So kind of sucks, but that's what I gotta do. So I got back. This is the tool that I picked up. It's just a 12-inch breaker bar, and it's skinny enough. It should be same width as, so it should give me enough room to be able to get this guy on here. And since it's a pivot, it allows me to kind of angle it a bit if this is way too long, because the subframe might be in the way. So this should work. Hopefully I didn't waste 20 bucks. Well, strikeout. So the way this is positioned, this doesn't ratchet, so this has to be pretty much vertical, and unfortunately the subframe is in the way, so this isn't going to work. So I am just gonna see if I can just muscle it. Yeah. Okay, I'm not as strong as I thought I was, but didn't also have the leverage because the frame was in the way, so I can only go so much. So this is what I ended up doing. Just should have thought about this earlier, but let me just get underneath there. So what I did to get leverage is I use an 18 millimeter wrench over my ratcheting wrench, box end wrench on the ratcheting wrench, if you guys can see that. And that gave me enough leverage and enough angle to be able to get the belt on. So as you can see, the belt is on, everything's good to go, and I should be able to remove that wrench. And let me just see if I can just do it while I'm filming. Get rid of that. And there we go. Okay. She's on, and I still gotta figure out what that is. I'm not sure if that's a really, I'm not sure what this is. but it's providing tension, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. And I'm just gonna look it up to see if that is a release pin, which I don't think it is. Release pin is usually skinny and looks like a pin. That doesn't look anything like a pin, so I'm gonna leave it, find the tension, start up and see what happens.